We think that the time will come when humanity, after having revealed its worst side, will go on to reveal its better side and create a world in which happiness will no longer be an ideal to be attained, but a reality lived by the majority of people. This slow mutation will be accompanied by major changes that will reflect the degree of evolution reached by humanity. Please watch on for our multi-part series on ancient predictions about our planet, Prophecy of the Golden Age, Part 84, the Rosicrucian Prophecies of Unity.
Croeso. This means welcome in Welsh, a language spoken in Wales. I'm Thomas, the alchemist. The people of charming Wales wish you, wise viewers, endless spiritual discoveries inside your very self. Throughout the history of mankind, the divine messages are often shrouded in mystery. Prophets, messiahs, or whichever names you call them, are often persecuted and oppressed, their words obscured. But how do we distinguish the true from the false? To do so, one can only rely on the divine's guidance, and the truth will reveal itself to those who earnestly seek it. Rosicrucianism is a spiritual tradition symbolized by the ancient cross for the human body and the rose for one's unfolding spiritual consciousness. The Rosicrucian order is rooted in the mystery schools of Egypt, dating back to around 1500 BCE. These mystery schools were formed for the sincere to embark on the path to enlightenment and to study truths about life, nature, and the universe. It is said that philosophers such as Pythagoras of ancient Greece, a vegan, journeyed to Egypt and were initiated into the great mysteries. This wisdom, combined with knowledge from the ancient Arab world, Greece, India, and Persia, then spread to medieval Europe, but largely in secret. Mystical teachings were hidden in the song lyrics of traveling musicians, in the formulas of alchemists, and in the symbolic theories of the Kabbalah. In particular, alchemy, the forerunner of chemistry, played a major role in early Rosicrucian history. While some alchemists tried to transmute base metals into gold, others were interested in spiritual alchemy, that is, transmuting humans' qualities into nobler ones and bringing out one's divine wisdom within. Due to the oppression of earlier days, the Rosicrucian order quietly continued to pass on their teachings for centuries, until they revealed themselves publicly in 1614. Through self-cultivation, they were able to contribute outwardly to the advancement of the arts and science, and civilization as a whole. In fact, some of history's brilliant and famous personages were Rosicrucians, or closely associated with the Rosicrucian order. For example, American founding father Benjamin Franklin, the French composer Claude Debussy, the English philosopher and statesman Sir Francis Bacon, the British vegetarian scientist Sir Isaac Newton, and Italian Renaissance man Leonardo da Vinci, also a vegetarian. Today, Rosicrucians continue to study spiritual matters, including in relation to the state of humanity. They also believe that the universe has a consciousness or intelligence that integrates the past, present, and future. By harmonizing with it, one can intuitively see the future. Thus, great minds such as Leonardo da Vinci were able to work on projects far ahead of his time. The respected Serge Toussaint, one of the Grand Masters of prominent Rosicrucian organization, the ancient mystical order Rosicrucis, also known as the Rosicrucian order, stated,
Rosicrucians have always devoted themselves to anticipating the future and prophesying what it holds best for humanity if it acts wisely.
In 2011, Grandmaster Serge Toussaint published a formal document titled Rosicrucian Prophecies. In addition, in 2016, the Rosicrucian order published a manifesto containing a similar prophecy as was seen in an inner vision of an anonymous practitioner. The title, The New Simical Wedding of Christian Rosicrucian, who is the Rosicrucian order's mythical founder, alludes to a previous manifesto of a similar title that was published 400 years ago. The simical wedding refers to spiritual alchemy, the soul's aspired union with the divine. Both the 2011 and 2016 publications show that the Rosicrucian order is optimistic about the future.
We think that the time will come when humanity, after having revealed its worst side, will go on to reveal its better side and create a world in which happiness will no longer be an ideal to be attained, but a reality lived by the majority of people. This slow mutation will be accompanied by major changes that will reflect the degree of evolution reached by humanity.
The major changes for humanity that the Rosicrucian order foresees all go in the direction of unity. They include a world government, a single currency, a universal code of ethics, global citizenship, a common language, a planetary respect for nature and animals, and a universal religion. We notice that these changes will more or less reflect the same ideals that Supreme Master Ching Hai has been upholding for many years. As an advanced enlightened being and master of our time, she has always maintained a far-reaching vision of peace and oneness for our world. And as our program unfolds, we'll find that she has already been helping to accelerate these positive changes today. Loving viewers, we'll return after a brief message. Please stay tuned to Supreme Master Television. Open-minded viewers, welcome back to our program. Let's now take a closer look at the Rosicrucian prophecies about our world, while also recalling some related insights from Supreme Master Ching Hai.
A world government. There is a world government which does not in any way replace national governments, but safeguards their sovereignty and promotes discussion between them.
As the Rosicrucian order already points out, the United Nations of today is like the embryo for the future planetary government. At a regional level too, we have seen larger government organizations emerge, plus ever more cooperative projects and peace talks among governments across the globe. Thus, we may be moving in the direction of a world government as foretold.
etc.
It is further predicted that through this benevolent governing entity, peace and prosperity will be ensured for all.
All countries and the world as a whole are being governed with wisdom. Politics has become inseparable from philosophy, and its only purpose is to respond to the perfectly legitimate needs and wishes of all people without discrimination.
Long ago, under President Ngô Đình Diệm, before he died, I was very young kid. So everywhere, there's a slogan saying the government is the people's servant. So if every government understands this, then we can say something. Because truly governments are the servants of the people. They should know they work for the people. They should know that people entrusted them this noble and powerful task.
Supreme Master Ching Hai has long been encouraging government leaders to do as the Rosicrucians described, be public servants who govern with wisdom and make philosophy, meaning spiritual and moral principles, inseparable from their work. In recent years, we are seeing more and more evidence of leaders changing in a nobler direction, making ethical statements through their policies, words, and personal examples.
Some examples of vegan and vegetarian leaders. Etc.
Some leaders of the world have become vegans, but they don't tell you. Yeah, big leaders. I don't want to name. Listen to their talk. Okay? What they tell people to do. Then you know. And then you know that it's a different era now, for leaders, yes. It's good. Because the more enlightened leaders we have, the better for the world, that's wonderful. These leaders, they are so cool. So cool. They should be more open about it to save many more lives. Yeah, to save their subjects and to save the planet, for longer years, Many leaders now, big leaders of big nations have changed their lifestyle. They drink less, they smoke less, or they don't smoke, they don't drink anymore. You see what I mean? So even they tell their co-citizens don't drink because, even, or don't smoke because, or don't eat too much meat because, yeah? It's very good.
etc.
In light of the increasing dangers threatening our world with climate change, pandemics, and various humanitarian crises, leading wisely and morally has become a matter of life and death necessity. Profoundly understanding this great burden that they carry, Supreme Master Ching Hai offered her support to all the world leaders in her urgent open letter that she read on Supreme Master Television on March 24, 2020.
I'm thanking especially the leaders and important ministers and other high positions in the government of this world who try their best to govern the nations with all they have got. I'm helping by this an invisible way. I'm supporting you mentally and spiritually. You know deep in your heart what to do, what's the right thing to do for the world. Heavens hold you responsible for your work on earth to represent justice, to care for God's children, and you know the cost of not doing it right. I do see some very little tiny baby steps toward the benevolent word of veganism, or at least many nations are helping other less fortunate nations and some needy people around the world, and I'm very, very grateful for that. Thank God and bless you. Our world has become better, that's for sure. But now we have one more step to go, the vegan step. Then all will be perfect. You will see. All will be peaceful. Everyone will relax, happy. Happier than now. More peace than now. It could be paradise too. We all know that meat eating is number one killer in our world. But it seems to me that mostly some governments are trying so mightily to cover this by aiming at or diverting attention to any other subjects or activities that has very much less or zero effect. We should ask ourselves if we want to be on humane side, God's side, or the killer's side. Please answer yourselves and act on it now. Act on God's benevolent side, or we will go down in history as murderers, because the consequence is graver than any wars and killing up to date combined. Be courageous, be heroic, righteous, virtuous, fearless in God's mission and protection. All of you, leaders, governments, and co-citizens of the world, please stop killing the innocent, animals, babies, or men. Heavens will help you. Do the vegan law, do sign it, and do follow through with it. Do be vegan. That's the right thing, and that's all you have to do. Everything else will fall into place. It will be all benevolence, merciful, compassion, happiness all over our planet if you do that. With all my love, best wishes, and God bless.
The full lecture, Supreme Master Ching Hai's urgent message to all world leaders and governments, can be downloaded free at suprememastertv.com/download. The same link also has Supreme Master Ching Hai's 3 other new urgent messages. Supreme Master Ching Hai's urgent message to all animal meat business and livestock factory owners, also fishing, egg, milk, fur, lab test, cosmetics and leather industries, as well as Supreme Master Ching Hai's urgent call to rescue our world and pray for world vegan, and Supreme Master Ching Hai's urgent message to all religious and spiritual leaders.
Thank you, forward-thinking viewers, for joining us today.